Local Gods. My name is Marco Liu.
And I'm James Han.
And today we are honored to have Arika Sato.
Hi.
Content creator, Pilates coach. What else do you do?
Yeah, I teach yoga and Pilates now too.
Amazing. Okay, well, first off, I have to ask, what is your secret to being forever young?
Oh my gosh, stop.
I'm sure you get that a lot. Because like at this point, it's like you've been in the content creator space like probably longer than a lot of people have just been paying attention to all that, even before the term influencer has been around. You look younger than us.
Oh my gosh, stop. I mean, am I?
Right.
Maybe I am. Maybe I am though.
You know,
Maybe
she's like mentioning like all like the the legends of YouTube.
Original.
Like they're your peers. I was like, I'm like, confused. Like they're your mentors?
Yeah.
No, they're actually all my friends, and
Okay.
we started YouTube at like a very early like age and early times. So I think when we started YouTube, really, it was just like for fun.
Sure.
So there was no term influencer. Like, I mean, maybe it existed, but really there was like no one doing what we were doing. We were just making YouTube videos for fun and collaborating for fun. There was no like monetary exchange or like, oh, this person, is gonna like try to collab with this person to get popular. There was no clout chasing. It was just like, hey, I like your content, I like your look, I like your vibe, so like let's hang out and make videos together.
Yeah.
So all of the original YouTubers, we would just all kind of like watch each other and then follow each other and then subscribe to each other and then collaborate. So I would appear in a lot of the old viral videos, and back in the day, 1 million views was like super viral. So
That's
if
true, yeah.
if I had gotten on a video and it had 1 million views, like the entire YouTube community would know like who you are. So that's how I kind of started my YouTube channel. I had my YouTube channel. I was in journalism school. I did television hosting and interviewing. But like how it became popular was from collaborating with other YouTubers.
Nice. But the question follows, like, what happened to then? How come you still look so young? We're still in suspense.
Yeah, well, I really take care of myself. But I don't know. I think maybe it's just like my vibes. I really do a lot of yoga, a lot of Pilates. I eat very clean, and I sleep really early. It's like the funniest thing. I sleep at 8:45, 9.
Whoa, that really is early.
It's really early.
Huh.
Like every day?
No, I mean, I went to Coachella, so like that weekend
you're not
I didn't
sleeping.
sleep. I didn't sleep at 8:45 or 10. But my routine is very like strict, I would say. But it's still fun. It's never like not fun. I just am very focused on wellness, I would say.
Have you gone cafe clubbing like all the kids are these days?
No, what is
They'll
that?
drink like lattes and matchas at local
Oh.
LA.
Well,
cafes.
apparently they're doing this. They're doing it a lot at like near beach cities and like
Yeah.
coffee shops around there. Yeah. I mean, you're not doing it at like Stereoscope and Echo Park. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not having a rave there. They're going at like the cafes where they have like beachside windowsills. They're having the raves, and it's like you see some videos on TikTok and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I haven't been invited yet, so I'm gonna have to maybe check
Make
it out.
happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
But you were talking about the salad days of YouTube, and it's so interesting. I never thought of it as like just a bunch of friends hanging out and it being so organic. Like how did you land there? Because again, you come from a journalism, marketing, like broadcast background, and how did that become the career path?
So like when I was in grad school, I was still modeling.
Oh wait, you went to SC, right?
Yes.
Oh,
You-
fight on.
Oh, you're the
yeah,
high.
yeah.
Fight on. Yes. I
Fight
went
on
to US
terrapins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
He went to Maryland. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. It's different, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. Hey,
Different.
still red. We wore red
Okay,
and yellow.
cool. Okay, I love that. Same colors, twins.
Yes.
Yeah. Like when I was at USC, I was also like modeling. So once you like kind of become like known as a model and then you're in like one person's video, everyone asks you to be in their video because they're like, oh, okay, well, she does that, so she could be in my video. And again, there were no influencers. There were no girls on YouTube really doing what I was doing. So if I'm like the one doing it, then everyone else is going to ask. I don't know. It just worked out that way. So now there's just so many, you
Yeah.
know, now it's like TikTok. Now you can't even find, you're like, there's just so many. You're like, who do I even choose, you know, from?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like people have casting calls and it's like
Yeah.
so much like more difficult to be like found or like known. But yeah, I was just like, I was in one and then everyone started asking me. So then I was in everyone's videos. And then Tim used to make fun of me for that.
Timothy
He was,
Gilligan,
he was like, you're in a lot of videos. I'm like, well,
that's a good thing. To be ubiquitous is always, I feel like, a goal when you're like out there, right?
yeah.
When did you realize that this was a thing? Like YouTube, that whole like content creator culture, doing videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever really realized like, okay, this is gonna be forever. I think when I was in school and learning, I was trying to pursue traditional media, traditional entertainment, traditional like all of that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on TV, like I'm gonna join SAG, like I did all the things that I needed to do to be
Okay.
to excel in traditional media or entertainment, you know? And what happened was, yes, I did television, I did, you know, some acting and all of that, but my YouTube was like making more money. So then that's when I kind of like split off into doing that. It wasn't like one of those things where like, this is it, I'm gonna like just pursue YouTube.
Okay.
Because originally what I wanted to do was to be on regular like television.
Got it.
So then when I did YouTube, it was like I was starting to get like free curling irons and clothes and all these things. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll do it. Like, I mean, I was so young and like, you know, when you're like 20 years old and getting curling irons and outfits for free, and then people telling you, oh, go to this restaurant and eat for free, and like come to this club and we'll give you a table, like, and money, you know, as a YouTuber, you're like, okay, I'll do
Yeah.
it. Right. So then I kind of skewed away from doing like acting and TV hosting. I did it, but like I didn't continue it because the YouTube was like more like fancy, you know, like I
Lucrative,
started, I was getting more things from it. So then I just kind of like kept going.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing beauty, which was like part of my YouTube channel too, it was a big part of it. It was like I got makeup from like every brand that I've ever loved. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. That's when I was like, this is it. All the lipstick.
Imagine getting like all the
problem
sneakers
I
you
have.
want,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Can't imagine that.
damn.
So I think for people that have been watching YouTube basically all their lives now, you're kind of on the Mount Rushmore of the early YouTube creators, because like there's there's Kev Jumba.
Oh, I miss them.
There's all these folks that like, some of them are still around, some have come and gone, but you've basically been a constant. I think something we like to talk about a lot on this show is how much things have changed for Asian Americans and Asians as a whole in the last, like, I feel like sometimes it's 10 years, sometimes it's like 5 years.
Yeah.
But the things that you're describing, I feel like they're normal to a lot of influencers now. But back then, like, you were probably getting one of those first deals where it's like, whether it's endorsements or things like that. How do you reflect on that? Like, that's pretty crazy. You're a pioneer in the sense.
It is crazy and it is really cool. I think when I enter like an Asian American space, like if I'm like, you know, and going to an Asian American like music festival, let's say, and people come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, I like grew up watching you, or like you're everything like to me, like let's take a photo, and like all the girls. It's so rewarding. It's so cool. You're like, oh my gosh, really? Like, why? You know? And then, but now there's so many Asian American creators. And I think it's like beautiful and amazing because not everyone looks like each other.
Yeah.
So then I feel like somebody watching can be like, okay, like I don't have to look exactly like this person to make it, or I don't have to look exactly like this person to pursue whatever. So I think it's just amazing that there's just so many different girls out there. I still think we need more representation. I don't think it's like, okay, we're done. I think we just have to keep going.
What kind of representation? Like,
I meant like, you know, like there's Asian American creators that talk about politics. There's Asian American creators that are not just beauty and fashion and cutesy, you know, but then there's ones that are like doing things to change the world, you know, and I think that that's so cool because, you know, as a child, when I was watching TV, it was like just the newscasters, or like there's like, you know, the few actors online or actors on movies like Lucy Liu or something. You know, you just see like a few.
True.
But now there's so many different types of girls online that you're like, oh wait, like she's cool. Like, oh, and then she's super different, but she's super cool. Like, I think that there's so many you can look up to and choose from that I think it's great. But we need more still. We need a ton more. Yeah.
Representation is never like the end. We talked about that with one of our friends on another podcast, but it's like a starting point. It's the baseline from which you can grow and do your own thing. Like, how aware were you of, you being who you are and being a pioneer when you were doing it? Or it's not even a thought.
I feel like when you say pioneer, it's so weird to me and like crazy, because I'm like, I don't think that I am. I know you say that, and like, yes, there's a lot of people that will come up to you, even like at a party, they'll be like, oh my gosh, like I've been watching you since high school. I'm like, well, how old are you now? Like, I'm like, how old are you now? Like, and they're like 20 something, and they watched me 10 years ago. And I think it's like super cool to be that, but it's weird because you don't think that you are one when someone tells you that. You're like, okay, that's cool, but then there's always so many new people that come out and like cool things that come out that like, it's like nowadays it's like, okay, like who really cares if I'm a pioneer or whatever? I don't know. I don't really think of it like that, but it is really cool to hear that from someone, because you're like, oh my God, actually, yeah, I did do it, So I don't know. I just feel like I hope that I can keep going still instead of like it like dying out. I never like gave up or anything. There are some of our like peers that that have like kind of like stopped, but I get it. There's a lot of pressure trying to keep up with like the new kids, like the new trends and the new like internet evolution. It's like just always ever changing. So you just have to kind of keep up. Like, I don't talk very fast, and on TikTok you have to talk very fast. Like, I can talk normal and I can speak very well online, but on TikTok you have to like not even breathe. You know what I mean?
Well, can't you just like speed it up to like ×2 or like 1.5?
But I feel like that sounds crazy.
Oh,
there is a lot of crazy content on
TikTok.
But
I think people do that. No?
I still talk like normal.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying you have to do it, but
you were trained at Annenberg, the traditional like standard way of doing broadcast. So like it makes sense.
Yeah.
But like I think like you're big enough where like besides you and Michelle Phan, like as just normal guys, like we would even know of the existence of Michelle Phan and Arika Sato. So
that's so cool.
No, like, seriously,
so cool,
it's like just the ubiquitousness is something that I think, even if you talk to,
it's like a ubiquitous like household name type.
Yeah,
vibe. Yeah.
Like,
but I don't feel that way. When you guys tell me that, I'm like, wait, what? That's so crazy to me.
Yeah, but like it's stuff that Gen X Asian Americans couldn't even fathom, right? Because maybe at most it would be like Dustin Nguyen or like what Russell Wong, and these are just like flash in the pan, like so to speak, where you'd see them on doing a cameo on a TV show or maybe once in a while in a movie, but to see Asian faces all the time and just be that recognizable for a particular thing, and where people just want to look into your lives, like that's truly like revolutionary. So like as you were doing it, like Michelle Phan often talks about her motivation was she felt like she wasn't seen. And so she does a lot.
That's crazy. She feels that way?
When she was starting out.
Oh, right? Okay. I was like, all right.
Yeah, when she was starting out, she felt like, like you didn't really see people that looked like her online, but she loved the beauty space. And so she would do all these different tutorials and then literally transform her complete look, like from video to video. So for her, it was like really kind of like finding herself in the process. What was the core motivation for you as you're doing all your content?
Yeah, she's so amazing. Like as like a fellow Asian American beauty creator, she's like such a kind soul, and she's so cute, and she looks the same too. Like she's young. She's young looking too. Like you guys, like we don't get old. Hello. But she's so amazing. I think for me, it was just like I just love to create. I don't know if I was like finding myself online. I was more like growing up online. So as like this LA girl, I'm from LA, South Bay. I don't know where
Oh,
are you
nice.
from? Are you from LA?
Torrance,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
okay,
Torrance,
Torrance,
yeah.
nice.
So I'm from LA, so I grew up here, and then I was navigating this like kind of as an Asian American or Japanese American girl, I was trying to navigate like trying to go to school and everything, but also like working in entertainment.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do both, and I would upload videos online about my life. So I would go to USC, I would drive to a music video shoot, go on the music video, go to the Playboy Mansion, do my hair, get ready, study for finals, go to school again. It was like a repeat cycle of like what I was doing every day. And people loved that life that I was living. It was normal for me, but to others living somewhere else, it was like unattainable at that time for them. So I was just like uploading my life and like what I was doing and what I was wearing and what I bought and everything as just like a 20-something-year-old girl navigating LA life, not growing up as a Nepo baby, growing up as like a child of two Japanese parents from Japan. And then here trying to like figure out, okay, well, how can I keep modeling or become an actress or become a television host while also still going to USC and then still trying to make some money and then just figuring it out. So that's really what I did on YouTube. I was just like uploading videos of my life and things that I was doing. And that's kind of like what became like my channel. And I feel like I wasn't looking for an answer online. I was just like growing up my whole life, I was just like posting everything. So it's so cool to actually look back at my channel and be like, oh my God, it's like a journal of like all the things that I did. It's super cool. I love it still.
Do you keep the entire catalog on there?
I have most of it.
Okay.
There are some videos I like privated or like took down. Just because they were just like too silly. I was just like, oh my God, I was like young and like weird. So I just like took some down. Nothing like really, I didn't erase anything. I have like almost everything on there. But yeah, it's cool to like look back and be like, wow, like, like I was this young back in the day. I was having so much fun.
Well, what was something like you were genuinely interested in doing back then where now you're just like, it's past its time, or like, I'm not into it anymore? Is there something that like has changed over the years?
I mean, definitely like partying or like, all of that, like raving or things like that. I don't really like do. I'll go to certain like events and things like that, but I'm not trying to chase anything. I think that was like,
I don't chase, I attract.
yes, I don't chase, I attract. I think I was always chasing a feeling or trying to do something. And I think that's where like my yoga practice comes in, is now I live in the present instead of like future casting or living in the past. Because if I lived in the past, I was really popular back in the day, like really like everybody was coming up to me, like I was getting so many opportunities and things like that. Then I would just like be so upset or disappointed or like sad that I'm not there anymore. But now I'm like, okay, if opportunities come to me, cool. If it doesn't, like I still have like all the things that I'm doing every day now that make me happy.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you miss those like old school YouTube days? Because like even hearing you describe
I'm like, yes, I do. Of course. Yeah. It was so much fun. It was not so much like, no one was like, oh, that person's a clout chaser. That person, no one is like, was so scared of like the followers, it was just like, if you had a channel and you were a creative, we worked together. No one is like, oh, well, this person has this many followers, so you can't be on. I feel like now it's like that. It's like people are so afraid of like sharing their space. But before, we weren't afraid of that. We were just like, let's use each other's platforms to like get out there.
Wow.
This touches on something that like I think from a film perspective, I work in the film industry. A lot of people will look at YouTube and see it as like almost like an Asian ghetto, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Where it's like a lot of the makers,
oh my gosh.
a lot of the makers on the YouTube space, like whether it's their long-term goal or the medium goal was to make movies, make TV shows, but they were kind of just like cordoned off to a certain like basically a corner of the internet. And now things have completely flipped. But I think the perspective you give is something I actually don't hear too much about, where it's like how fresh and how normal it was to just like, oh, people that were kind of exploring this new space, they were just having fun, making friends, and telling stories in their own way. And I think that's not available to a lot of people.
Kind of getting rewarded in some ways, like for the hard work you put in and like the curation of your platform and like your product. I mean, it's not going to be ever easy, but it seems like at the time it's like, well, if you were at the right place, you were friendly and like kind, you were able to do something about it and maybe have a little more control of your destiny. Like, is that true, or is that just like wishful thinking, or are we misinterpreting it? Or?
No, it was just a happy place. It was just a happy place called YouTube, and we were like a YouTube family. So if I were to be in one person's video and then another friend group, because some people had like group channels.
Right.
So they would be like, oh, well, we saw her, so can she be in our video? And we'd be like, haha, yes. Like I'll be in the video. And then it would just be, and then we communicated on Twitter. Isn't that the craziest thing?
That's true. And there's like not as much pressure. Yeah, I'm like trying to think back to then, like there wasn't this kind of pressure that we feel now.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's true. I kind of understand. I mean, I don't know what it's like. I just had one video that hit like almost 2 million views in old YouTube, like around 2010.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I understand that like 1 million or 2 million at the time. No, actually, it was just 1 million. Was a lot, because that's what kind of blew me and my guy Sam Ock onto the scene, and we got so many gigs because of that one video.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. It's crazy.
And now it's like you have to have like 14 million views to even like maybe get some like traction.
Just to hit the For You page or something. Yeah.
So from YouTube and then just like living your life, how did we land in like yoga and Pilates? Was that something you've always been doing?
Yes, I was always a practitioner of yoga. I was always a student. I think it was like my way of like kind of escaping the internet. So the internet was my employer, right? My job. So like I was like every day creating content, like YouTube videos, like Instagram photos, reels, all the things that I had to create to like keep continuing my career and making money. And then going to yoga was like separate, right? It's like, okay, I'm done with my creations and then I'm going to go to yoga. And it's like the yoga mat is like a place where I'm like myself. I don't have to like talk about followers. I don't have to talk about subscribers or videos. I don't even have to video it. I just go and show up as myself, and I practice breath and movement, and then I get a really good workout, and I feel very calm after. So that's why I just loved it. And then, when COVID happened, I was still like a content creator, making makeup videos and going to a lot of events and taking a lot of photos and a lot of videos. And then when that happened, it like stopped, right? The world kind of stopped. And I was like, I still have my yoga practice. So I kind of wanted to offer that to my followers. So my yoga teacher, who's like a mentor in the yoga space for me, was like, hey, let's do Instagram lives. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, everybody was going on live and all sorts of things, trying to find a creative outlet, right? So then I started doing that with her, and then I kind of felt like inspired to like be a teacher myself, because I was doing all of the poses online. And then, a year later, I got my certification, and then I just became a yoga teacher. But it just kind of like accidentally, just like YouTube, it kind of accidentally happened for me.
Wow.
Well, I kind of want to see Mark do yoga.
You'd be great. Yeah.
Dude, I want to see this boy try Pilates too. I think I was like
Is that
listening.
Like we have to be on that.
Yeah, like I was listening to what she was saying, but suddenly when you said yoga and Pilates, I just looked at him real quick, and then I was trying to imagine Mark doing it.
And we can do
it together.
Together, I mean, sure, I could do it, bro. But I want to see this boy struggle. I think that'll be really fun.
Well, it's a lot of it's about maintaining tension, right? Because that's how you activate different muscle groups and things like that. Right?
Yeah, it's like stretching, flexibility, mobility, and then just breathing through movement, but like staying in it. You cannot get out of.
It's like weightlifting.
You can't get out of it. You gotta stay in it. Yeah,
it's actually hard. Pilates is tough.
Yeah, and then you stay in it, and then you move. But Pilates came from yoga, so yoga is like the original like
interesting
sport or whatever.
It's like a meme, the Pilates shake or whatever. All these people just trying to maintain their.
Yeah, but that's your muscles, like.
Yeah,
working.
I know. It is true.
That's why NFL players do it now too, because like it helps them. Like
It's so great. Yeah, I think mentally too, it helps. But yeah, it was like kind of my escape from like the internet world, and then it just kind of like became just part of my life now. Yeah.
Do you feel like your schooling helped prepare you to like go from platform to platform so easily? Because it feels like it's like almost an intuitive sense of like, okay, I'm gonna do YouTube, communicate on Twitter, then Instagram, and TikTok, and then doing Instagram Live, right? Like you seem to have like almost like a sixth sense when it comes to that. How did you develop that? Because a lot of people have a very difficult time going from platform to platform. Right?
Yeah. So I think, well, first of all, I love USC. Like I love USC.
Good education.
So glad that I went to USC. Like I owe it to them. I love that school. I love Annenberg. I love journalism and writing. So when I was going and getting my degree from Annenberg, I feel like I just became a better storyteller and a better writer. And I think that at the end of the day, if you're a content creator, you need to be a really good storyteller. So I think that even though you don't need a master's degree in journalism from USC to become a content creator, I definitely feel that it helped shape who I am to become just a better storyteller, to have like things more concise or shortened and have like a beginning, middle, and end. You know, because that's what journalism teaches you, like in school, like to have a beginning, a middle, an end, and be quick and smart with it. So I think that you don't need to go to college. You don't need to go to grad school. I mean, all the Asian people watching this, you should, because I know like your parents probably told you to go. But I definitely don't regret going to school, because I mean, I still started at the beginning of YouTube like days. It's not like I started late because I went to school. Like I started during school. So I definitely feel like, you don't need a degree, but my degrees definitely helped me become a content creator, because you just become a better storyteller. You just become quicker, and you don't misspell things. I feel like whenever I see misspellings online, I'm like, ew, are you serious? Like, because I went to school that like I have everything correct. You know?
The AP and MLA format.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious now. Okay, so like in my mind, I was like, all right, well, she has this degree. Like, I'm like, all right, beginning, middle, and ends. Like, could you give me like a quick, like, say you had a rude interaction at a coffee shop. Like, how would you arrange the beginning, middle, and end of that story if you were to tell
now it's different. Now you have to start off with a hook, right? So now it's like, before on regular YouTube, a regular YouTube video, you could be like, hi guys, here's a story time. And you could just start the story from beginning, middle to end, like a regular story.
Right, and people will stay along.
And they'll stay and they'll watch till the end.
Yeah.
Even if it's 25 minutes, right? They'll watch it like a movie.
Yeah.
But then on TikTok, or I guess Reels now, but TikTok, you have to start off with the craziest line. Like, let's say someone punched me in the face at wherever.
Yeah.
And then let's start the story.
I see.
You know, so now it's not so much like, but I guess in journalism too, like the news story does start with like a crazy headline. So it is kind of similar, but the way the storytelling is on YouTube and TikTok is so different.
That's true. Yeah, I've noticed. I mean, I don't know if this is classic storytelling or not. I've just noticed even when I retell stories to my friends nowadays, might be influenced by the internet. I'll just,
it is.
I'll just, I think so. I'll literally,
is every single thing.
Yeah, you're
life
right.
Is
but I notice even though you tell people the outcome, like they're still going to listen. Like I'll be like, man, I just had like, this girl was just so rude to me. She like cussed me out or something. So I was in line and, like I was thinking about what I wanted to order and blah, blah, blah. I like run through it.
Tease that hook.
Yeah. Honestly, like I noticed people are still with me. Where I asked to before, like I would just be like, man, so I was in line and I was just trying to think about what I wanted to order, and people were just like, I could see like the glaze over their eyes, So I I've rearranged the way I tell stories.
Yeah, you have to start off with the crazy.
Because you want to surprise them with the hook, like, and then she spit in my face, Or, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or she was like rude to me.
That's an intense story.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Nobody did any of that. Sorry, it sounds weird. Or like she
made up.
yelled at me at the coffee shop, like.
Well, speaking of stories, like back in like the heyday of all this going on, do you have some memorable stories from OG YouTube or events that you've gone to where you're like,
Oh yeah, we
wow.
want some stories.
I'm like, do I? I don't know. I mean, we used to like, go to VidCon, all those conventions, which was a lot of fun, and a lot of us would meet. It's crazy because now a lot of the OG YouTubers, they live everywhere. They don't all live in LA. So it's like not a lot of us left, but we do talk all the time, and we do talk about like stories, but I feel like I can't even say it.
There's some juicy
shit.
OG YouTuber
This might not be the podcast
group chat.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
I can't talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't recall.
But you said VidCon? Like you're talking about the one in Vegas, right? Or
No, the VidCon is in Anaheim. Yeah.
Oh,
But
wait,
we would
correct,
all like
correct.
meet there and like hang out. But yeah, I can't think of anything specific. I wish I had something cool to
Or something where you're just like, I can't believe this is happening right now. Or like where you were feeling like
Well, they have kids now. A lot of the YouTubers, original YouTubers have kids now.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy because we used to just like literally like run around like making videos, staying up so late, like and a lot of times we would be filming places like we're not supposed to film, we would be in alleys and like crazy things like that. And like people weren't so strict though back in the day. Now we need a permit everywhere in LA, even if it's a YouTube video. But before we would like film things at like crazy random spots and like parks. Honestly, we would make a video like anywhere.
Yeah, true.
But it was a lot of fun.
Sure. Well, here's two things that are kind of a blast from the past. You were doing
Wait, oh my God, I'm scared.
you were doing work back in the MTV days.
Yes.
So you were on a fairly well-known show, right? It was like Paris Hilton's BFF.
Yes.
So anything from there, and also something.
He's laughing because he thinks it's so funny.
Yeah.
No. Shit. No,
Blast
you
from the
seem
past.
you're like, I'm just curious.
And then
I seem like what?
I don't even know if it exists anymore, but the Playboy Mansion, like,
Yeah.
what like,
There's
what was
so
it
much.
like?
Yeah, there's so
Yeah,
many
you casually
fun
dropped
memories.
that too. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
guess it's like that. But
That was your weekend?
My
your
weekend,
daily?
yes.
Okay.
So the Playboy Mansion was such a fun place to go to. It's not what you think it is. Like, when you hear about it, like, oh, there's like crazy like things going on. It's not
It's not
like
a Diddy
that.
party, is what
It's
you're saying.
no. It's actually
Need some water.
yeah. Let me get some water. Damn.
the Playboy Mansion is actually just like a chill, fun place where girls can go and like go swimming and eat and chill and just basically just like hang out. And that's really what it was. It's like
And Hugh was
it's
just
all-
chilling.
Yeah, or like honestly, like not even really around. Honestly,
really?
Yeah. So we would just like hang out. We would get food, like drinks, like swim, lay out. Like there's animals there. You can like pet animals.
Like pet tigers and stuff.
There's like parrots and just little animals like everywhere. And you could just like see them and like hang out with like animals. Go in the grotto, but it's just like girls.
What's a grotto?
The grotto is like this like water like not a cave. It's like I mean theirs isn't real, but they have like real grottos in like Italy. But it's
Water
like
cave.
it's like a water cave. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Okay.
It's kind of like,
I'll just YouTube it later.
yeah, it's like a rock formation where it's kind of a cave and there's water that flows down.
Yeah. So they have that
Call
there.
that waterfall.
Yeah, but it's like known at the Playboy Mansion, the grotto. Like people hang out.
Ignorant. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm
from Maryland.
teaching you.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You might be able to find like my old YouTube videos. But yeah, it's just like a hangout place. And then they have parties where you like dress up and like theme. And there's like so much food and drinks and celebrities and like, open bar and like just like oysters, like there's like food everywhere. And it's just so much fun. And you just hang out there. And it's not what you think. It really is just like a party. But then like not everyone can go. You have to kind of be like selected and like photographed and all of that, like to make sure you still look like what you look like. Yeah. So then, that's the only thing. It's like exclusive. That's the only thing it's exclusive, but it's really cute. Like it's a fun place. Well, it doesn't exist anymore, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy because we live in an age of like Instagram models and like I feel like if it existed now, it would be like it'd be a huge deal, or maybe not.
I don't
People
know.
experience it all the time.
Yeah, no, I feel like I don't know because it's different from like the Instagram model era too. It was like before that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it would be.
More
I feel
selective.
Yeah, I feel like it would be like it's. I mean, it's not around, so we don't know. But definitely like definitely the Instagram model era was like it's like that's a whole different.
Wait, are we not still in it? Are we not still in that era?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, I think we are. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like so outside.
I'm like, what's an Instagram model?
Oh no, I feel like IG model.
Yeah, what is an Instagram
I don't know.
model?
I feel like IG model from the people around me, it's more of an insult.
Yeah.
It's like you're not a real model, you're an IG model. That's how I hear it.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, damn, I guess it's still around, or maybe it used to be. I guess there was an era when like IG models were popping and making hella money.
Yeah,
but now it's
2016, 2017.
Okay.
Oh my God, that era was like peak.
I see. Oh.
There's like throwing.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that was like peak.
Yeah.
Like you can charge so much for an Instagram post, like one post.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know,
Static post.
like holding something. Like
Damn.
here is this weight loss tea, and they would just pay so much. You know, or like a vodka or something, or like whatever. Like a company was like promoting. That was like Instagram model era was like 2015, or 2016, 2017, 2015. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Those years.
boat.
I know, but now it's like Instagram. Like also, I feel like it's not really a thing too much.
Are you focusing more on TikTok or
I
YouTube?
I
is
try to
evergreen
be.
too, right?
Yes,
It's pretty evergreen, I would say.
I love YouTube still. I think that's like still my heart. You know, YouTube is like definitely like such an amazing platform.
Yeah.
And I think that like it will always be a great search engine
Yeah.
to find things that are more in depth.
True.
So I think that YouTube will always be around, and it's not so like crazy, like clustered. I feel like Instagram has become a little bit busy and crazy and AI and like weird. But yeah, I still love YouTube. And TikTok is like something honestly I'm still learning. For years I'm like still learning it.
Got it.
Yeah, same.
Right? It's so
Yeah,
difficult.
I'm like, damn, I don't think I know how to do it, bro. Like TikTok, I don't know.
You have to consume a lot to understand how to create on TikTok. You have to consume and understand the trends and the language because it's so different from any other platform.
Yeah.
But you can be authentically yourself and do really well on TikTok. However, on Instagram, I don't think you can be authentically yourself.
You have to perform.
Well, no, you could probably be your authentic self. You'll just end up on like a cringe channel.
I'm like, what is a cringe channel?
You know, like those cringe compilations where they where they forage like cringe content from around the interwebs, and then they make fun of you.
I don't want to be on a cringe channel.
No,
but
I'm not saying you should. Yeah. That's probably what happens on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, do you feel like your persona has stayed consistent from YouTube all the way through now? Like how, with all the technology and the times changing, like how do you feel like you present yourself? And I guess like what lesson should we take from that for like, because I feel like every kid wants to be a content creator now. So and you're like a true OG at this point. So how do you?
I think that I definitely have stayed true to myself throughout all these years, honestly over a decade, probably like 15 plus years I've been consistently on the internet, but I've definitely grown. I definitely am not the same person that I was 15 years ago compared to now. But I've definitely stayed authentically myself, but I think now I'm a little bit more careful with the content that I put out. As a younger person back in the day, much younger, it was more like, well, let's see how this would work if I put it out. And it's more like just fun. Now it's like, okay, this piece of content can stay online forever. So do I really want to put that out there? Because back in the day, you're just like, whatever about the internet. It's like, it wasn't so serious. Now it's like, okay, yeah, it can still be fun, but you have to kind of think about like, okay, do I really want this to be like around forever? Because the internet can be forever.
Yeah.
So I am a little bit more careful with what I put out. However, I'm definitely like still authentically myself. I just feel like I'm not the same person. So I've evolved over the years, you know, because before it was like, okay, well, how to put on makeup for this party or what to wear to something fun in Las Vegas or like, you know, like a rave or something like that. Now it's more like, you know, what I do in a day to help with my mindset and like wellness. It's a little bit different, you know, like now it's like less wild. It's a little bit more calm and present and meaningful.
Well, how's your workflow changed since like you were younger? You know, is there something that you're like, man, I hate editing, so I always
No, I
have an
love
editor?
editing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Or like,
Yeah.
like are you like mood boarding everything, like pre-production? Like that's you like to
No.
do all of it, or is that something you love collaborating with somebody else, or like what's? I'm just curious about your process.
I never pre-plan any of my content. I think when
Oh,
I
respect.
made like little movies, like actual little movies on YouTube, like fun stories where like somebody writes like a script.
Right.
I've done videos like that.
Okay.
It was like more of a like there was more budget in it. But now I don't really do videos like that. I feel like maybe I will, but not all my friends are free anymore and like available. You know what I mean? All my friends are like grown up,
Yeah.
you know? I think before it was so easy to be like, let's make this cool like horror movie for Halloween, or let's make this video that's like, you know, half comedic and like a little mini movie. And then it's like, okay, well, you're gonna be the director, you're gonna be, you know, an actor, you're gonna be an extra, you're gonna be like, it was so easy to gather all your friends to make movies like that. Then I had like pre-production, post-production, editing, sound, you know, like all the things, all the moving parts. But now it's like, okay, well, get ready with me to go here, or like follow me a day in my life, you know, in LA. It's like just me, and there's no pre-planning. It's just like I'm just filming whatever I can get, and then whatever I get at the end, I edit it, and then it goes out. And also like, you know, considering brand deals too. So whatever, you know, partnerships that I have, I'll like do that according to how they want it. But yeah, there's no like crazy planning or like calendar or anything like that. It's just kind of like I kind of go with the flow.
Have you ever like with all your experience, like do you ever like, I don't know, do like consulting or like consult for friends or people that are curious about like upping their persona or finding what they're into, and like, you know?
I've been asked a lot. I actually end up getting asked consulting, like honestly like a mini consulting meeting at like people's birthday parties or like people's events. So I'll be somewhere and they're like, so tell us about, you know, and I'm like, okay, and I'll end up like being a consultant, but it's like it's not like, you know, it's not like an official thing.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know if that's like my career path to be a consultant. I feel like that's not very me. I will give advice, free advice, whatever, to anyone that wants to be a content creator. I don't think it's like it needs to be like a whole business thing. I think what I would want to do ultimately is just still be me and have my personal brand, and then also like teach yoga and Pilates, what I'm doing now. I don't think I don't want to be a consultant. But if people ask me, I mean, they ask me all the time, like honestly, like daily, you know. But if they're my real friend, then I'm gonna like help you, you know. But if it's like a stranger, I don't know, you know, but like,
it's hard to give advice. I get that.
But if it's a friend, then of course, like they can ask me anytime, anything. But I don't even know if I'm like qualified.
Come on now. We can't talk about glam and stuff. This actually kind of become a new feature on this podcast where we'll ask what you're wearing and like what your style inspiration.
Oh yeah, it's true. Well, I was like, damn, okay, like the on the bracelets, like you got a little stack going on. Like, is this like things you love? Like,
No,
or you just
so
collected over time?
I have this word breathe.
Yeah,
on
I saw
here, because I have to remind myself to breathe.
I see, that's very important.
I think like, you know, being in this like entertainment space, like you guys too, it's hard to just take a moment to breathe because we're always trying to keep up with the internet and the times and like all the things we have to do, and living in LA in this busy city where everybody is doing such great art and great things, you're like, okay, I don't want to compare myself to other people. I just need to breathe. So that's like why I wear this, to remind myself I need to breathe. And also as like a yogi, it's just like nice to like be like, okay, breathe.
Core principle.
Yeah. So it's nothing fancy. It's just like fun little things like that, like make me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm wearing. And then this outfit is just like, I don't know, like a Revolve outfit, a little schoolgirl, kind of professional, kind of journalism girl outfit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about the rings? Like any?
No, there's no significance.
Yeah, you just got it because
I just wore it. I just love sparkly things. I always have my nails done.
Yeah, it's like iridescent, or like it looks like a pearl,
it's
mother
like a
pearl.
little like I would say like a iridescent.
Yeah. That's what they call it.
Holographic kind of look. It's just like unicorn vibes.
Sick.
Yeah, I was
Very on brand.
yeah,
Makes sense.
I just love always like nails, hair. I think that's just like one of my favorite things to do. It's just like maintenance.
Okay.
Just really being you is your content. So that's
Yeah.
really cool to observe and see like in the flesh.
Really? Okay. I'm like, do you guys? I don't know if you guys are my target audience.
Probably not, but
I mean,
it's inspiring nonetheless.
yeah.
Yeah. We do have a gift for you as one
my
of our
God,
first
stop.
season guests.
What is it?
Only
Oh, cute.
only
Dad
guests.
hats?
Yeah. Very
Local gods. It's cute.
very LA.
Did you guys design it?
We did. Well, through
Yeah.
the help of our friend Chase Edwards.
Yeah. Chase. Shout out to Chase.
Nice.
On my hair.
Looks good.
Oh yeah. You don't have to put it on right now, but you know, like
Okay.
it's
Cute.
a Dodger blue. You know, you could probably
Yeah.
wear it whenever you feel like grocery shopping or something.
Okay.
Go out for a little Air One run. You know.
Yeah.
And then we always like to wrap up our show with 3 questions for all of our guests.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the 3 questions.
like, are
First
they
one.
crazy?
I know. Yeah. Okay.
We already
so-
asked the crazy
You're
ones.
fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right. So first question: where geographically, where do you consider home?
LA, Los Angeles, forever and ever and ever and
Okay.
ever and ever. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So with that said, like if your friends are coming to visit from out of town, where is like 1 or 2 food spots that you are like, we have to go?
I don't know. See, like I go to places for the vibes, not really for the food. I go for
That breaks my heart a little bit.
I go for the look of the place.
There must be some places where you actually enjoy the food, either in LA proper or out in
Okay.
South Bay, right? Like place you grew up eating when you were a kid.
No, I wouldn't go to those places.
That's a great.
Sick.
answer.
Okay.
Nobu Malibu for sure. I know
Okay,
it's
okay.
bougie and the food is excellent.
It is classic.
But the vibes is just so.
You said Malibu?
Nobu Malibu. Yeah.
Nobu in
Yes,
Malibu.
yes.
Oh shit, that's
Has
far.
to be that
Far
one.
From,
Not the
Malibu-
Beverly Hills
Not the
one.
Beverly Hills
Oh,
one.
okay,
I mean, the food is like, the same there, whatever, but it
Yeah.
actually tastes better in Malibu
I agree.
because of the ocean.
Yeah.
So Nobu Malibu would be like the place where they have to go, like everyone. But yeah, I definitely don't like go to like places that are like, oh my gosh, like the crazy chef and like whatever. I don't care about stuff like that. I love like the vibes.
True,
You know?
true,
So when you ask me for a restaurant recommendation, it's never gonna be like the authentic whatever. It's gonna be the fancy.
Nobu is a solid choice. Though.
Yeah,
That is a
Nobu
true
Malibu
LA
is like,
classic.
you have to go there.
Okay, fair point.
And then I guess the second one I would say,
Or maybe dessert. We could do a dessert thing, or like a coffee or tea spot.
No, I don't really go to like tea spots.
What was the second spot you're in?
I know I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
say
yeah,
like
yeah.
Madeo. It's like it's an Italian restaurant. It's in West Hollywood. I live right by it, but
How do you spell it?
Madeo.
Oh, Madeo. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. I would say there. It's good. It's always consistent, and it's just like it's yummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put on my Google Maps.
You would
list.
like. You guys would like it.
Yeah. All
And then
right.
Taylor
all right.
Swift went there. Not too long ago.
Oh snap. Okay.
It's that kind of place.
Nice.
Yeah. Very cool. And then last question for you is, what's at the top of your playlist right now? Like just on rotation.
Oh, Ariana Grande, always.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
she's
Does she
my
have a new album or just in general?
in general, always. That's my number one girl ever, forever. However, she did drop like a deluxe version of the album that she dropped last year. So last year,
Okay.
March, she dropped an album, and then she added like a few more songs this year.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to those songs.
Okay. Do you have like a song that you're just like is on loop from
All
that?
of them.
All of them?
All of them, yeah. I love them all. But I also really love Sabrina Carpenter. I think
yeah.
she's so cute and
Big
fun.
fan. Yeah.
And her songs are like uplifting and like you feel good. So I really love her too. And I went to her concert last November.
Oh, you went to that one? I
Yeah.
want to go to that one.
It was so great.
Yeah.
You had to buy the tickets early.
Yeah, I saw it was sold out. By the time I saw that it was happening, 'cause I like Sabrina Carpenter a lot. I couldn't get tickets, and I'm like late to things. So and I don't know nobody. I moved to LA like 2 years ago, so I'm still trying to find my plugs to get tickets.
Yeah.
So if anybody has plugs,
But all
let
of
me
those,
go.
yeah, it's been really hard to get concert tickets like since like the pandemic.
Yeah.
So you have to get tickets like
Like the
pre-sale.
moment.
Yeah, pre-sale.
Oh,
yeah, like the drop. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
for Sabrina. I did pre-sale.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I like waited like 4 hours in the queue. Like I was getting the tickets
Oh, you had to wait in like the Ticketmaster
queue,
queue.
yeah.
Yeah. I know about that.
on like multiple devices, like the phone, iPad, and my laptop.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey, respect. Honestly, I would have not.
I love her. So yeah, those are my top two singers.
If we were to take a class with you, will we hear a lot?
Yes, that's all you would hear.
Oh, okay, that's chill. Super chill.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for people that don't already know you and follow you, where can people find your stuff? If they were even interested in taking a yoga or Pilates class, is there like a way for them to connect?
Okay, cool. Yeah. So my Instagram is just Arika, my first name. My YouTube channel, which is like my original platform, is Arika Sato, just my name, so you can find me there. And there's no other person named that, so you'll find me. And then I have a little yoga community that I started. It's called Glam and Flow.
Okay.
So it's like glam girls that want to flow kind of thing. And I just started that, but you can find my yoga information there. The classes that I teach are invite only, like referral only, but you can just message me and you could still go.
Yeah.
I just like want it to be like that for now.
Sure.
Yeah, just keep it like contained.
Yeah, but it's like,
curated.
just like, so we don't have like crazy people coming in, but definitely you can still come. And then, so that's my YouTube. I'm like, okay, and then TikTok, I had to get a dot in the middle of my name. So it's Arika.Sato. I don't know why, but that's my TikTok name right now.
I'm so impressed that you're able to lock down Arika on Instagram and even your first name or your full name on YouTube. Like
So like my YouTube was Arika Sato and my Instagram was Arika Sato too.
Okay.
And then I don't know, like I think it was like 7 years ago. Because we used to be able to talk to people that work at Instagram. Like now you can't talk to.
Now you can't. Oh.
I used to have like basically because I was an early content creator, I can talk to people that work at YouTube, Google, Instagram, like all the places that you could just email and be like, hey, like my something is having a problem, can we fix it? And they would like look into it on the back end. So then in 2018, I was like talking to my Instagram rep and I was like, well, can I just drop my last name on Instagram to have like just my first name? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And so that's how I got it. Yeah. But it was my first and last name. And then I just felt like, you know what? I kind of just want my first name on there.
Very
So I changed it, to be a little cool.
Yeah. Very designer-esque.
Yeah. Is it? I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Arika, pleasure having you on the podcast. And check out her classes online, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, come. Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun.
Thank you.
It was crazy. It was cool.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.